No, not you, Seamus.
Ah, poo.
Dinosaur documentaries. It's an art, really. A art that comes in many flavors, whether it be something engaging, epic, or whatever the hell Jurassic Fight Club was. Dinosaur documentaries are a very important part to paleo media as a whole, as if you manage to do it just right, you may end up inspiring an entire generation to pick up an obsession with literal rocks. But it's not an easy thing to get right, with a lot of stuff failing to hit and strike a chord with audiences, resulting in some documentaries that just fail to capture the same magic as a Walking with Dinosaurs, for example. But then you have Monsters Resurrection. Dear Lord. Hey guys, it's the Pink King here, and yes, we're finally gonna talk about Monsters Resurrected. What might possibly be the most forgotten mess of a series I have ever seen. But what is Monsters Resurrected, for the four of you who've asked? Well, created by the Discovery Channel and airing in 2009, Monsters Resurrected is a 6-episode series that tries to resurrect creatures from the past in order to answer a few questions about them and show off how they, well, were monsters. Now, unlike a lot of other dinosaur documentaries out there, I actually never grew up with this one. The most I ever saw of this one as a kid would probably have to be the infamous Spinosaurus episode that I happened to find on YouTube one day. And you know, even as a kid, this series felt like an absolute bummer to me, so I never really paid much mind to it or got into it. That was until... So if you can see the dark inside of me, no one will ever change the animal I have become. No, I'm not joking. I only remembered this series existed all because of the frickin' Spinosaurus Linkin Park meme. And so, it got me thinking, what the hell happened to this series? For such a hated series, why was it forgotten about so fast? After all, as much as people hate other stuff like Jurassic Fight Club, you still at least remembered it, whether willingly or not. But I've seen absolutely nobody remember this show at all. So why is that? What about this series turned off so many people? And is there any redeeming qualities to this lost fossil? Well, I wanted to find out, so I finally gave this series a long overdue watch, and I certainly have some opinions on it. But to keep this video under an hour, let's only focus on the Spinosaurus episode today, as not only does it represent most of the series' problems and issues, but also Spinosaurus. Enough said. Now, what exactly went wrong here? Well, a few things actually, but the most obvious one of all would probably have to be just the blatant misinformation going on here. And unlike some other shows, like the original Walking with Dinosaurs as an example, as you could blame those shows' inaccuracies now on them being outdated, here, they didn't even try to get the information right. Whether it was the designs, the behavior, or even the scale of things, so much here is just blatantly incorrect, even for the time, as for some reason Spinosaurus is depicted less like an actual animal and more like a damn slasher villain. Like, I thought JP3 Spino was an evil villain, but no, this one completely trumps it, with its overly monstrous design being a dead giveaway as to the target audience they were trying to reach. After all, you know you have a terrible design when the Jurassic Park Spino of all things has an infinitely better looking design than yours. Twice. And I don't want to hear the excuse of, oh, they didn't have the information we do now, because for some reason they made the Spinosaurus 200 feet long, which would make it double the length of the average blue whale. Yeah, I kinda don't need to explain why exactly this is inaccurate. It's genuinely hilarious just how much they couldn't give a damn about being accurate in a literal documentary. I don't know whether it was balls or stupidity, but I feel so bad for the paleontologists who worked on this bloody show. Imagine this. Imagine you're a paleontologist, right? You spent years, possibly decades, refining your craft, learning so much about the prehistoric world, as much as you possibly could, constantly researching and going out on wild adventures, facing harsh conditions for the sole purpose of digging up rocks. And eventually, your efforts finally pay off. You get the opportunity to share your knowledge, your wisdom in front of a large audience on TV. You finally get to share all the information you love to the world. The absolute joy, the honor you must feel to finally share what you've learned with people. And when you finally see the results of your life's hard work, it's used in an overly edgy monster show. Hold on, peeps. Do you want to be featured in a video? Just like Red Razor Z, Strato, and the wonderful Carrot? Then you need to subscribe right now. I'm on a mission to overtake the evil Slime Scrabble, and I need your help in order to do it. So, if you want to join the cause and help me take down the slime, then be sure to subscribe right now. And who knows, it might just be your name featured in the very next video. But with that, let's get back into Monsters Resurrected. Now, call me crazy, but I don't think the inaccuracies are what necessarily killed the show. Now, before you crucify me, hear me out. There have been plenty of other inaccurate paleo shows, as, again, look no further than Jurassic Fight Club as an example. But the real reason why Monsters Resurrected, of all shows, is forgotten so much is actually because the show was, simply put, edited by an insane person. Never have I seen a TV show with as terrible editing as this one in all my life. Now, I understand it was the 2000s, everything back then was edited like an over-the-top thriller, but this is a whole new level of just overwhelming mess. I got flashbacks to Bollywood editing, it's that over the top. So many shots are constantly reused, only flipped occasionally, that if you were to count the amount of times they reuse footage in this show, you'd probably need 18 hands in order to count them all. And for some reason, every animated segment featuring the dinosaurs had to have an overly saturated bright filter put on top of it. And no, this wasn't a limited technology issue. Each segment was intentionally designed to be overly bright and glossy to the camera, making it feel like the lens of the camera is just covered in Vaseline before every take. So not only does it feel like less of a nature documentary, but it feels like every time we go to the dinosaurs, we have just entered the gates of heaven. I don't know who was in charge of this decision, but never let them cook again. Now, while this may not seem like a big issue at first, this choice actually has an unfortunate impact in what it is they show, because in having everything be in this weird filter, all of the colours fade into a dull green, yellow, grey mixture. It all feels so watered down and unmemorable. Nothing really sticks out in your mind long enough for it to be memorable to you. Everything looks so samey and just unappealing. Throw that in alongside the editing pretending that this is a true crime series, and I think the real problem is clear. It was the wrong approach for a dinosaur documentary. From the editing to the concept of the show, everything here feels like it's a desperate attempt to be cool rather than accurate. Hence why almost every episode is about hunting, killing, or fighting in some form or another. Even the human elements aren't safe from this, as they for some reason decided to destroy things with over-the-top metallic animatronics and pretend like this actually showed us something or helped us learn anything. They just want an excuse to smash stuff. I don't blame them, it's a lot of fun, but don't lie about it. Simply put, everything here is just wrong for a series like this. If you wanted to make an edgy TV show about prehistoric animals coming back and destroying things, then you can do that. Just look at other stuff like Primeval, for example. You don't need to be a documentary in order to have dinosaurs tear shit up. I would watch that. Just please, don't pretend like you're actually teaching something here, because you're not. So, in conclusion, what exactly have we learned? Well, Monsters Resurrected is quite possibly the funniest failure of a paleo documentary I have ever seen. It had the wrong mindset, painful editing, and a spinosaurus that was basically Godzilla without the atomic breath. So no wonder people don't remember it. There's nothing worth remembering. Please, if you're ever going to watch a dinosaur documentary from the 2000s, be sure to stick to something classic, because this monster pretty much deserves to be left extinct. But what do you guys think? Were you fans of this documentary, or are you in a similar boat to me? Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. And if you enjoyed today's video and want to see me cover more paleo stuff like this, then be sure to like this video and subscribe. Doing so not only tells me you want more paleo content just like this, but it helps me make that content for you guys a whole lot faster. But with that, peeps, it's been the Pink King here, and I will see you all next time.